was Hungary started a little bit to liberalize its economy, just a very little bit, in the late 80s. When the Iron Curtain fell and the communist collapse in the whole of Central and Eastern Europe, Hungary was at an advantage because we already had an embryo of the democratic institution or economic institutions, just an embryo. But then it was developed very fast, very quickly, the market economy, privatization, and Hungary benefited from that. And foreign direct investment came into Hungary the very first time, and the first it was among the first countries, or the sole country at the beginning, where foreign direct investment came. And it went on for several years. The privatization took place very rapidly. All the democratic and market-based institutions were established. And the result of that is that the outstanding foreign direct investment in Hungary is something like close to 70 billion US dollars, which for a small country, it's very important. So it's a very, very important US presence. Although the trade is relatively limited between the United States and Hungary, because the main partners of Hungary are the EU members. About almost a quarter of exports go to Germany, and 3/4 of the exports go to the European Union. Now, Hungary has been growing fairly fast between 93, 94, all the way up to about 2003, 2004. What happened was in all Central and Eastern European countries, when the Soviet Union collapsed, and since most of the exports went to the Soviet Union, that was the deal within the socialist world, so that they traded among themselves, very little trade with the West. When the Soviet Union collapsed and broke up, the exports actually declined dramatically, so a big decline in growth. But then with the new investments, with the help of foreign direct investment, new industries sprang up, which were exporting to the West. So there was a decline in the rate of growth in Hungary and in all the Central and Eastern European countries, fairly big. It varied country from country, but it was from 18% decline to all the way up to 25% decline, depending on the country. In Hungary, it was 18% in the period of 2 years. And then it started to pick up, and Hungary was, and is still, an export-driven economy. It's a small market, small domestic market, so it has to be export-driven. And there was a fairly rapid growth until about the first part of the 2000. What are the major exports? The major exports as a whole are manufacturing and electronic goods and high-tech goods. But just to show you that the importance of foreign countries' contribution to the Hungarian economy, to the GDP is about 22%, very important. To employment, 16%. To exports, it's 65%, so it's very important for our country. And and also to the imports is very important, about 70%, because what you export, parts of it are imported and then exported again. And then of course investment goods, a large part of the investment goods are imported in Hungary. Now, so it was, then came the crisis of 2008, like everywhere else. There was a big drop. There was a big drop in output. It was about 6% GDP, and it started to pick up. And then now again, the world is in a recession. So Hungary's rate of growth last year was about 1.5%. For this year, it's expected around 0. And And basically because exports are not growing as fast, because there is a recession in the world, and particularly in Europe. The US is doing better than Europe and the Eurozone. Now, Hungary is so it's very important that Hungary undertake all the structural measures that are needed so that Hungary is becoming more competitive once the crisis is over.